So I'll actually start this out with I figured out how to remove our names from our fucking like PNG models.
Hey, you
Yay!
did it.
How?
They were attached, so they aren't actually attached to the picture. All right, they're attached to the size of the fucking browser source. All right. So I just extended the browser, like, so you know when you make a browser source, and it gives you
Oh,
Oh,
it's
I
in that
see what
link.
you've done.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Okay.
yeah, so like it's still there, but it's not being recorded or whatever because I extended the size of the thing that it's capturing to like
Yeah.
1,000 or something. All right, 1,000 in height or whatever. So like our
Yeah.
names are still technically at the bottom of like the browser window of the PNG models or whatever, but they're off screen because they're not up at at the models. They're just way below it because I was able to just like move it to where. So needless to say, we don't have our names up on the thing anymore.
I see.
Hey, you did it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But in the process of resetting my computer, I forgot to put our little like icons on the thing. So we'll I'll have that back up next week.
Momentary snafu for the week. Look forward to that fix coming up next week.
Yeah, so my computer needed a reset because I hadn't done it in like a year and a half. All right. But the main reason I reset my computer was because the fucking Kuronoki Seki overlay was not working. Like it worked the first time I loaded it, and then every subsequent time I loaded it, it stopped working. And
Right, so I'm a little confused about what you mean because you've said Kiseki overlay. What for what now? For like your personal.
okay, so what it is that they have a program, all right, and it's using the Unity engine to do it.
All right.
But what they do is that you download it to your computer and you turn it on, and it loads up the Unity engine like that it uses and everything, and then it downloads the translation from the spreadsheet, and it puts like an overlay on your computer. All right, so that means when you bring up your your capture card or say you're using the PlayStation Remote Play, you can overlay it on top of that window, and that way the translation will be there as you're going through. You hook your, so like when you do the Remote Play or whatever, you hook your controller up to the computer, and that way like you're streaming the fucking like the game to your computer, and then you're controlling it from your computer and everything.
Okay.
And so every time it's designed in a way that every time you hit like the X button, or maybe if you like hit the arrow buttons or whatever, it'll scroll through each line of dialogue. So like if I hit the X button on my controller to go to the next dialogue or the next dialogue option in game, it'll also swap to the next dialogue line on the spreadsheet. So it'll naturally go through the dialogue as you're playing the game.
Yeah, that
overlaid
seems
onto computer.
Seems pretty useful, actually.
Yeah. And the way they used to do it is, well, this is the first time they've really started using the Unity engine for this. And the way they used to do it is that there was this other program that somebody would use, and you would have to like grab the like download the spreadsheet in like a file format, upload it to this program, and it was very like bare bones or whatever. And I think you would actually have to use. Somebody made like a macro for it that worked with your controller, but you would have to sometimes you would actually have to use like the arrow keys to swipe through the translation. But this is the first time they're really using like this engine for it, and for most people it works. But for me, it worked the first time. Like it loaded up, it loaded the translation and everything. Because they had it out for the demo. Because fucking Falcom was just like, hey, it's 6 to 8 months after the game finally came out. Let's make a demo that goes all the way up to the second chapter. So they released a demo, the demo version of it, And like I said, it worked the first time, but when I closed it and opened it back up, it would always hang up either at the Unity launcher, or it would after it would get if it would get past that, it would just stay at downloading or like importing the translation. So I talked to the main guy that's behind the translation, and he told me, like a couple of fixes. Those fixes didn't work, and then he was like, "Well, email the overlay team," and I don't think I've gotten an email back from the overlay team. But that was just for the demo like version of it. So I'm hoping I'm gonna try downloading the actual full version of the thing that came out today, and maybe it'll work. But I'm not holding my breath for it. And I still
Sounds
don't
like
have
the correct choice.
an email, so we will see. It doesn't matter because I bought 13 Sentinels, all right, and because it was on sale, I got it for like $24.99. And I can play that. In the meantime, I hear that's like peak fiction, so I will actually start that tomorrow, either when I wake up or after I get off work. That being said, what I've played this week, actually wasn't Horizon, wasn't Elden Ring. Was there another game that I played at any point in time? No. I hopped back on Yakuza Like a Dragon because I
Hey.
haven't finished that game. I got
Yeah.
to the point where I can swap jobs now. And I'm a bit wishy-washy on actually swapping jobs for like at least Ichiban, because the hero job's like actually pretty good, and then but also like jobs go up to level 99 in that game, and I'm like I'm getting the syndrome of like wanting to level up jobs, but I don't actually know like the best way to level up jobs in that game yet. So as soon as I got to the point of doing the business management stuff, I literally just started doing business management stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking funny because in that game, Ichiban goes from being like fucking a bum, like homeless bum, to
Mhm.
the president of a multi-billion-dollar billion-dollar fucking holdings company.
The
Wow.
man had a vision for himself.
If only that could happen in real life.
Yeah, it turns out being the protagonist rules.
It was just by accident too, because it was like well, it wasn't like by accident, but like it was uh part of the storyline. Some guy dies, and he was supposed to take over this like senbei confection shop for this one chick, and Ichiban was like, you know what, I guess I'll try doing it. And then they needed money, so Ichiban had to call up his boy Nick Ogata, who he met like right in the beginning of the game, technically, or like right in the beginning of the game, who's like some multi-billion-dollar investor or whatever. And he's like, you've moved me with your emotions, and I will offer you this investment on 3 conditions, and 2 of them are like time limit conditions, and the other one's just like you need to get to number 1. No, there's no time limit on that one. And then after you hit like certain milestones, so he'll call you up and be like, I'm gonna give you $100 million more, and but you have to do this condition and all that stuff. And yeah, I'm rich now. I'm the head of Ichiban Holdings. So
Congratulations, feels good, man.
yeah, it feels good, man. I'm just using this to get a shit ton of money so I can buy everything in the game.
Hmm.
Same thing I did with Yakuza 0. I did the cabaret and the business
That
stuff.
side of the game was actually really fun, though. It is
Yeah.
entertaining to do all that.
Yeah, it is very entertaining. But yeah, I played a lot of. I mean, I didn't play a lot, but there's the majority of my game playing was that, and I guess a little bit of Tiny Tina's. I've only been playing that when I've had like friends on to actually play.
It feels like the best way to go about that game, yeah.
Yeah, I don't actually like playing Borderlands games by myself because sometimes that stuff's like annoyingly difficult. And I haven't found like an OP setup yet in that game, so Dolly, you need to get it so we can play.
Soon.
Yeah. Leak, you
But
need to get
not
it so
right
we can
now.
play.
No, the game I'm going to be picking up upon graduation.
Not soon.
Hey, at least
Leak,
she's honest.
Leak, you need to go through Final Fantasy 14.
Look, Leak's really playing into the backlog section of this podcast. I don't know why you're
You know
hopping
the
on it like
rate of
this.
games oh god, there's no way.
What are you talking about? I play very heavily into the backlog. I literally just bought a 40-hour RPG
you.
visual novel. And I still haven't, like, the only game I've beaten is in the past, like, couple of months is Strangers of Paradise. I still have Xenoblade to beat. I still have Horizon to beat. I still have Elden Ring to beat.
I have so many games to beat, and unfortunately I suffer a lot from basically
like
wanting to do everything and then not doing anything.
Oh, I just had the vision of Leak considering like 10 games at once, then just smoking and deciding a nap is in order.
That's it.
Yeah, that sounds about
and also
right.
Add throw in a bit of work guilt as well.
Fair,
work
understandable.
Guilt, yeah, definitely work guilt.
Understandable.
I mean, I also like will be like, okay, I'm not gonna play a video game here. I'm gonna sit here and watch fucking 40 episodes of an anime. Because I'm like almost done with season 1 of Ace of Diamond, and it still doesn't change my mind about IRL baseball. But okay, so here's the thing, Dollar, right? I will concede.
No, it's
to you.
fine.
No,
the melodrama of baseball isn't for everyone.
No. I will concede to you this. I think playing baseball is fun.
I mean,
I don't think
fair
watching
enough.
baseball is fun.
That has never been the argument. If you play a sport, you can always get into it, even if it's seemingly not very. I can get into badminton if I try hard enough.
I can show you an anime to get you into badminton.
No, thank you. But in terms of watching, I don't know. I find most sports supremely watchable if you don't go in it with the capacity for boredom.
I'm like, I would have to. So I don't think I could watch baseball on TV, or maybe.
Well, first of all, you immediately have the wrong mindset. You're not watching every baseball game. You're watching your team. All the other teams are the enemy. They can go die in a fire. We don't care about them unless there's a chance. Unless there's a chance they take first place in the standings, in which case you have to keep an eye on them. But other than that, So step one: get yourself a team. Find something to get invested in.
It's called the Phillies.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know, exactly.
Actually, I'm really not sorry. They have the capacity to do good things.
Because I've been to a Phillies game before. I think I've been to like 2 Phillies games before. This is back when I was a kid.
Look, you threw me really hard when you said Phillies. I wasn't expecting that team. Like I was trying to figure out
from the north,
man. Which one is it? Phillies. That is not one of them that I was expecting. God damn.
No, right. I'm from Delaware, so like the closest team to me would either be New Jersey or
Jersey doesn't have a team.
Yeah, exactly. But Philly does.
Philly does in fact have a team, yeah.
And that's the same with hockey too, because like with hockey, we could either have been a Devils fan or we could have been a Flyers fan. And we're not going to be a Pittsburgh fan because Pittsburgh sucks. But fuck Pittsburgh. Actually, you know what? I'll agree with you with like the whole like you pick a team and like every other team is your enemy.
Oh yeah.
But I go a step further, right? Every team is my enemy, all right? Unless they're going up against Pittsburgh. Then that team is my team, and then Pittsburgh is the enemy.
No, it's true. For instance, beat LA. I am a Giants fan, and I'm only not a Giants fan when someone else is going up against LA. In which case, I am whatever fan is going up against LA.
Um,
Correct.
I actually have two hockey teams. My second hockey team would be the
Not
Vegas
the
Golden
games you
Knights.
thought we were going to be talking about. Listeners, yeah, you're
the
double
the
dipping.
Vegas Golden Knights would be my second team. But
Vegas is going to end up stealing away a lot of like. I'm just going to end up being like a Vegas fan because they already have the Raiders. They might get the A's. So I'm like, well, those are the team when I first moved up here. Those were like my teams. The fuck, Vegas? What the hell?
well, Vegas is cheap, baby.
You can't just
Vegas
steal
is cheap.
Oakland.
Vegas is cheap
Well,
for people.
honestly, it doesn't even come down to. No, I'm not going to get into that here. It's more than just being cheap. It's also that they are willing to give the teams what they want, and that's what I'll say on that. Because that's a conversation, that's a podcast in and of itself.
But yeah, I'm almost finished Ace of Diamond season 1. Spoilers, the team does not get to nationals in the first season, because there are 100 episodes left after that episode. So which sucks because this is obviously it's high school baseball, right? High school Japan baseball, right? And what really sucks is that they build up this team, and this team has got a bunch of really cool, really badass third years, all right? All right, and they make you love these guys or whatever, and then they don't win the finals, and that's like the last match that they can play because they got to graduate and go on to other things, and it's like, God damn it! Now I gotta get fucking used to all these damn first and second years that weren't even in the anime. The first 60 episodes, fucking anime. But I've decided on my anime I will watch after Ace of Diamond. I've already decided it.
You're really planning ahead.
Yeah, that's because I have to actually finish this anime, because if I don't, I'll feel like I won't know anything. The next anime I'm gonna watch is I'm gonna finally get through all of Inuyasha. Finally, hopefully I won't get up to the Kikyo part and just fucking nope out of there again. But that's all I did this week, and worked. I worked this week as well, because work.
Yeah.
Because money.
Kind of necessary.
Unfortunately. What were you guys?
I got very little gaming done. These next couple of weeks are going to be particularly aggressive on me. But what I did manage to do was finally stop doing my lore playthrough and just platinum Elden Ring. I'll do a lore playthrough afterwards.
I figured out what I need to do in that game.
What's that?
I need to respec the intelligence and just fucking Moonveil everything, and then I'm done.
Funny enough, I was this run, my lore run, I was going through on using sorceries. So I was all int and dex focused, and I wasn't feeling it, so I just went back to a strength faith build.
Yeah, that's because you weren't using Moonveil.
Yeah, I sure was. What?
Oh man, you weren't using Moonveil correctly.
I mean, probably not. I don't. It wasn't the dex side of things that I was having an issue with. My second run was a dex run.
Yeah, but Moonveil scales off an int, and you just use the fucking ability on Moonveil.
Yeah, but that's boring as hell. And I think that's why I didn't like it. Like, I didn't like that. I didn't like the Azure Comet cheese. Oh, sorry, the Comet Azure cheese. I wasn't feeling that. I wanted to be. I like the scuffle. So I just went back to faith builds using various dragon incantations. But yeah, no, I was running through hoovering up everything the week before last. So I think I cleaned out most of Limgrave and parts of the lakes in terms of like literally trying to find every nook and cranny. Because this was going to be like this is like I was going to go through it. It's going to be my last run through. I'm just going to get the Lord of Frenzied Flame ending, and then I just haven't had the time. I was like, nope, I really want the platinum, so I'm just going to
I've seen
go
that ending.
grab. Yeah, I'm just going to go get grabbed and then beat the boss, and I did it. I did it. It was only like maybe 5 hours total this whole week, but I did it.
Yeah, I was watching that thing I linked you guys earlier today. That guy that did the no damage taken
Yeah,
speed
yeah,
run
yeah,
of
yeah.
Elden Ring. Did it in like in just under 3 hours. It was
Hey,
Three
when you know
hours,
the
no damage.
strats, yeah, when
3
you
hours
know
of
the
no damage.
strats,
Yeah, and he didn't do any fucking time warps or anything like that. So he like legitimately just went through what was important to get to the end of the game.
that
So
is 2 Lord Seals, then directly to the capital, then directly to the Giants, then directly back to the capital.
yep, pretty much. I mean, he did a lot of things. Like obviously, he had to do a lot of things to set it up.
Sure, sure, sure.
So he's like warping around everywhere, trying to like, because he did the Moonveil build. So he did the Moonveil the rock throw shit most of the time,
Hmm.
and yeah, that was pretty good. He yelled like as soon as he got the hit on the final boss. He was like, "Fuck yeah!" Because
Yeah,
I
I
was
mean
like,
these are the runs that I'm interested in. I don't care for the current any percent. I mean, Distortion 2 is a really great run and it's super technically accurate in his gameplay. It's boring. It's boring to watch.
yeah,
Whereas like again, the All Remembrances or the any percent no wrong warp, I guess. Yeah, like that, like the challenge runs are always going to be my favorite. I found speedrunning in Dark Souls through Lobos Jr., and that's most of what he does is just various challenge runs, and
yeah.
they're always so much fun to watch.
He was talking about on his thing was like he's wondering when there's gonna actually be a no hit, a no damage taken, or no hit all bosses in that game. And he's
Well,
also
Happy Hob, where you at? You're up. This is your job. You
you
popularize this. You must do it again.
you realize that's like going to be a 20-hour video, right?
It's gonna be a big
There's
thing to
there's
do.
like 170 bosses in this game.
I wouldn't be surprised if somehow we still haven't found them all.
Yeah, that's what he was saying. He's like I'm sure that on my next run of this game, that he does like when he does like a normal run, that he's probably gonna run into bosses he didn't even think existed.
Yeah, I would be surprised. I ran into around still like, and this is my third run through. I still ran into 3 or 4 that I hadn't run into. It's like, oh, all right. Well, to be fair, also I was able to finish a couple of the routes which weren't finishable before, so that might have had something to do with it.
Dude, I just need to finish the game so I can marry fucking Ronnie and just be done with Elden Ring.
Be done with it. That doesn't sound like you're having fun.
No, no, I'm having fun. It's just I haven't beaten it yet, so it's always in the back of my mind of I've not have beating it yet. But
Mm.
I'm also like there's bosses that I want to fight, but I also don't want to take the time to actually go and fight those bosses or whatever. Because I kind of want to fight Millennia, but I also kind of don't want to take the time to go fight Millennia because I know that's going to take me 12 years.
Millennia herself is difficult. I would say it is more obnoxious getting to her.
Oh yeah, because it's
Well, getting to her the first time. Once you know, it's less bothersome.
mm-hmm. uh but right now I'm in Volcano Manor. But I went the back way to get into
Yeah,
Volcano Manor.
sure, sure.
Because I didn't do the quest line to get into Volcano Manor. Um, so I completely missed the grace that's right outside of the fucking Rykar, right? Because when you teleport to that area where Rykar is or whatever, It's behind your character.
It's directly behind you, yes.
Yeah, so it's not like your camera view. So I just like fucking walked ahead into the boss room, and then I died, and I was like, oh fuck.
Rip.
But I also I need to take that blade and like level it up so I can just fucking spam and beat that fight, because I know you can just like spam that weapon on that boss and it just kills him.
I don't even think you need to level it up. I think you just need up your FP and you're good.
Yeah, or I just no, yeah, maybe up my FP, or I can just like use swap all my charges to
Sure.
to just FP.
Well, you open yourself up to some shenanigans with that, but yeah. That's also absolutely a way you could go about it. But yeah, that was it for me. All I did was my little bit of Elden Ring. I have downloaded Scarlet Nexus on the Xbox app because Gamepass, but I have no idea if I'm ever going to get around to that. Because
it's worth a one playthrough. I don't know if it's worth both playthroughs.
I mean, being free, I pay for Game Pass, but being that I have access to it, I will at some point play this. It's just a case of, will I start this, or once my graduation goes through and I pick up Sifu, because that is going to be my graduation present to myself, am I going to have time for this? So,
well, it depends. I hear. I mean, if you're good at the type of game Sifu is, it's not a very long game. So
that is what I've heard. Anyhow, that's us done. Nick, what you get up to this week?
Yes, you may know me from such classics as, oh my god, I've got too much work to do, I can't play games, and also, fuck you, Tree Sentinel. I've just caught a Snivy, that smug little bitch.
He is gloriously, they are gloriously smug.
Yeah, so if you play a lot of Pokemon Go, it's encouraging me to walk around instead of just staying in my room, so I guess that's a positive.
Yeah,
move those legs.
Yep. I've been I finished. I got the last bit I could time in for the normal and rarity festival and Yu-Gi-Oh! That was a lot of fun. I thought that ran a lot more smoothly than the previous one, which is the XYZ one. And I actually came across a very interesting duelist who used a deck that didn't really have any monsters in as such, at least not in their hand or what they were able to play. But their deck was based around traps and spells that hurt me depending on how many cards I had in my own hand. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. I'll copy that deck. And that was cool. So I'm going to play around with that for a bit. Yeah.
I enjoy neat concepts in decks like that. I mean, I'm still wholly unfamiliar with Yu-Gi-Oh, but like just from the amount of stuff I've watched from Legends of Runeterra, yeah, like seeing people with really unique decks like that, it's always really fun. It's always super.
Yeah, especially during these, these events, basically, because people go for the meta in order to get as many, rewards as they can. Because if you get the meta, you're probably going to win because you just overpowering the duels. But it was really actually pleasant to see people trying different things this time. So that was good. I was very pleased with that. Also, I've been watching Koga play Disco Elysium. Holy fuck!
That's a game that cool. Every time it gets brought up, people have some
interesting
stories to tell.
Holy fuck! Yeah, so he and I were just going through it because he's played it before and I'd never. And he wanted to see if he could get away with only having 1 point in like his physical thing, and he ended up dying immediately just trying to reach for his tie.
Oh.
That was fucking funny. Neither of us expected it. We just stood there looking at the screen. Oh, he's dead. That was very funny. And failing your social rules for basically, there's a lady outside the corridor, and you try to chat her up, and failing that, the line you come up with trying to chat her up is really funny. But no, I'm actually astonished how well this game's dialogue and narration is written. it is really well done. Like, there are very chaotic and silly things, like you can become Apocalypse Cop or whatever, right? Or you know, go down like I'm actually a communist and was a resurrection of whatever it is. But there's also really moving dialogue, like really emotionally well written. And also it does tackle very difficult topics very well, I thought. And that is a rarity. It's like, for something that seems really weird, it actually tackles a lot of serious things very well. Wow. Holy fuck. And that's just the writing. Like, the art direction I love, because it's very painty. Like, it looks like a acrylic, maybe oil paintings, like texture style is really nice. I love the mirror stuff. You try to change your expression in the mirror and it changes your character's portrait, and all aspects of his psyche, and you know, how you explore your own ego and stuff. That's very interesting. And like the whole like concepts you try to think about, if you basically hold things in and internalize it, that kind of stuff's interesting. I'm very impressed by this game.
It astounds me that every time someone speaks about it, they have nothing but glowing praise.
Didn't this game like win Game of the Year one year?
It was nominated for Game of the Year by, I think, every single outlet that does Game of the Year. I don't know if it won it at the major ones that people like to talk about, but it was certainly a major talking point for its year. Yeah.
Yeah, because I think it was definitely nominated for it.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
like,
I'm flabbergasted.
This game, the players have loved this game.
Yeah, it's amazing. I'm very impressed. Very, very, very impressed. Although there was one thing about it that spooked me a bit, and it's not really tied to the game directly, but I was just talking about it. I was just having a conversation. I never searched for this, like on Twitter, for this game, but fan art started appearing on Twitter, and I'm looking at you, fucking algorithm. What the fuck?
Oh.
Excuse me. I mean, thank you. It's easy to search for, but you know, all the bloody like detection bots or whatever the fuck it is, like trackers, stop it.
Quit. Just turn your mic off.
Yeah, it's just I'll just converse in Morse code across the Discord.
Just start speaking Welsh. Nobody knows that.
Oh, that's true. That's a good catch. Yeah, I should do that.
Like, literally, no one knows it. So.
yeah, true. But yeah, no, that's pretty much my gaming this week, though.
All right.
Oh, except for helping another mate, Shane, go through Path of the Wrath of the Righteous. That's also good.
Don't know that I know that one offhand.
Yeah, what is that?
It's a Pathfinder game.
Ooh. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That actually makes sense with the name convention. Fair enough.
Yeah, we're working very hard to basically get a succubus to join our party.
Oh.
And we did! Yay!
Yay!
And then he banged another party member. Yay!
Oh.
But yeah, it's good. It's like a top-down isometric Pathfinder game. You scroll, you basically do dungeon crawls. There's actually like a warfare you go through as well, and there's like battle maps and stuff. There's a lot of options you can go with, like your jobs and what advanced job pathways you can go with, mythic pathways and that stuff like that. Everything's customizable. Very interesting.
Nice. So for the Game Awards, it wasn't nominated for Game of the Year, but it was nominated for Best Narrative, Best Independent Game, Best Role-Playing Game, and Best Fresh Indie Game or whatever.
Oh, Disco Elysium?
Yeah, Disco Elysium, and it won all four of them.
You know what blew my mind as well?
The
fucking dream sequence. That was fucking trippy.
Is it a dream sequence?
Yeah. At least we only like fell asleep one night because we were very early in the game. But that evidently, when your character falls asleep, they're not left alone by them. They still bully themselves in their sleep. So
because of course they do.
Don't you just hate it when you bully yourself in your sleep?
And there's a couple of NPCs, basically Kuno and his friend C. It just I just feel like I'm back in Teesside again in Middlesbrough. Those little shits. Oh god. Okay, yeah. That's it. That's it from me.
Well, Little has spurned us once again. We do not have a. I think he's just abandoned us. He just doesn't give us any questions anymore.
Why have you forsaken us?
Yep. It's so sad, Little. Anyway.
Hey guys, don't forget to sub to the channel if you're into what you're hearing. While you're down there, remember to like the video as much as we like you. You'll be good now.
We got some news. All right.
Oh fuck! I missed a Team Rocket balloon. Sorry.
Are you playing right now?
Yeah, I wasn't joking about Snivy. It wasn't a bit.
That's fine. Yeah, so we got some news this week. Actually a pretty decent bit. Surprisingly enough. Just today, Devolver Digital threw out a trailer for Return to Monkey Island.
Yeah.
Out this year.
It was wild. I woke up this morning and before I leave to head into class, I just decided to check I think it was Twitter where I found it. And I was just scrolling and sure enough, no, it was YouTube. There you go. I was going over my dashboard and I saw it. I said, it's a little late for an April Fool's, isn't it? So I clicked on it, and yeah, sure as hell, they run through the whole thing, and it's legit. I wish we got to see stuff on it, but I mean, as far as just announcing a game series, yeah, fair enough. Monkey Island. At this point, everyone knows this. That's sure to get a lot of people excited.
Yeah, it's all. I looked at the comments, and everybody was excited. So, Turn to Monkey Island. I actually never played Monkey Island, so I don't know what the hype is. I don't even know what type of gameplay it is. So I'm assuming side-scroller.
It is a point and click adventure.
I first played it on the Amiga.
Oh wow! Okay.
Yeah. In fact, actually, I saw the other day like there is an Amiga A500 Mini as well. So I like, why isn't there a version on there? Go original. I think it's programmable as well. My God.
Leaks are a retro girl.
I'm actually retro, yeah. None of this PS1 retro. No, I'm like Amiga, fucking original Famicom, and Mega Drive.
Every time
Master System. That was my first console.
System, yeah.
Yeah.
Every time Gigaboots like does a retro stream, or actually they just do a stream or whatever, and it's like of a game that's like over 10 years old or whatever, they throw it under the retro category, and they're like, yeah, it's been 10 years, man. It's retro now.
You know, Saving Private Ryan, that scene where Matt Damon ages rapidly at the end.
Yeah. That becomes increasingly useful with every year, and it hurts me.
But yeah, Return to Monkey Island. Whoever, maybe I'll. You said it's point and click adventure, so it's
That's what I know it as.
Yeah,
very much. I don't know.
Yeah, very much like LucasArts point and click games back in the day.
Yeah,
I want to say
it is LucasArts. Yeah,
it is.
Yeah,
Lucas, yes, LucasArts Gaming again.
Yeah.
So.
It is their bread and butter back then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So E3's canceled, guys. It's dead.
Yeah, turns out
DE dead.
It is double dead, actually.
Yeah, it turns out not actually April Fool's on this one. Like E3 has just full on
Dead.
died. No in person, which I don't think surprises anyone just yet. And the actual surprising bit, no digital version this year.
Yep. Dead. I don't think we'll ever see E3 ever again.
I am inclined to agree with you only because there was an immediate way to fill the void.
Oh yeah. No. I mean, I'm pretty sure Jeff Keighley like slipped some bills over to fucking the people that run E3 and are like, "How about this? You just stop playing. You just stop doing your stuff, and we'll just do everything here. All right."
I think that'll be my homework going into Summer Games Fest, is I want to know what Summer Games Fest does, because I do not necessarily think it fills the void in terms of the industry side of things as E3
Oh
did.
no, it does not.
However, as far as we're concerned as viewers, just the hyper little monkeys looking for our next fix. Yeah, no, this is gonna be grand.
Yeah, yeah. Those could be gonna be good.
Oh
I
yeah,
guess
so obviously it
base.
goes without saying that the moment that the E3 cancellation was confirmed, Jeff Keighley was there to remind us all that
Yeah.
Summer Games Fest exists and you should be watching.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like we weren't going to watch. So even if
Exactly.
E3 was there, because Jeff Keighley's like, yeah, no, I just pay a bunch of people to make sure that I show off their world premieres, because I'm pretty sure that's what he does. But yeah, so no E3. E3's dead and forever dead. So I was right. Well, actually, I wasn't right. All right. So the PlayStation Plus thing literally
Which
came
is
out
it,
the
man?
day after. The PlayStation Plus information literally came out the day
I
after we
was so
recorded.
frustrated. I was so frustrated.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
Because I was assuming it was gonna come out on Wednesday or Thursday, because it's normally when they do it. No, it came out on fucking Tuesday. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they came out with the Spartacus stuff, which is just PlayStation Plus, but with some stuff attached to the end of some names attached to the end of it.
I mean that feels a little bit underselling.
No,
It's
because that's what I'm saying, man. It's PlayStation Plus Essential, PlayStation Plus
oh,
Extra,
okay. If you're just talking
PlayStation
about
Plus
the
Premium.
I see, yes. The
Yeah,
naming convention is
it's just the same.
in line with what you were
Yeah.
thinking.
So at base, all right. Most of it is just PlayStation Plus is merged now with PlayStation Now, so you don't have to buy PlayStation Now anymore. PlayStation Now is just part of your PlayStation Plus programming. All right.
It should be noted that I think that only kicks in the second tier. The first tier, as far as I am aware and as I understood, is PlayStation Plus as we understand it today.
Oh yeah. PlayStation Plus Essential provides everything that PlayStation Plus normally did. And it's $10 or 24 quarterly and $60 yearly. So that stays the same. Where it changes is that when you get the PlayStation Plus Extra, you get all the provided benefits of above. It adds a catalog of 400 plus of the most enjoyable PS4 and PS5 games. By the way, these PS5 games are most likely games that are not just come out. It won't be like new releases, because
I mean, it's going to have to be like everything. There's not 400 PS5 games now, is there?
No, it's 400 It's 400 PS4 and PS5 together.
I'm aware. This is me just taking the piss out of Sony.
So because there's 400 and something PS4 games, or I think there's at least 400 and something PS4 games. So yeah, you get that. That's nice. I mean, that's a pretty good catalog for the tier above, and that's at $15 a monthly, $40 quarterly, or $100 yearly. That's pretty all right. It's most of the catalog of third party partners, I guess, going to be probably for the PS5 games at launch or whatever. But mainline PS5 games, as soon as they come out, you'll have to buy those. And then I guess probably after like half a year to a year, it'll probably hit PS Plus. Oh, PS Plus Extra.
Same thing as happens now.
Yeah. Next is PS Plus Premium. This is where things get bad. This is where things get horrible. Provides all the benefits from Essential and Extra. It adds up to 340 additional games, including PlayStation 3 games via cloud streaming, a catalog of beloved classic games available in both streaming and downloading options from the original PlayStation, PlayStation 2, and PSP generation. I'm going to stop right there for a second. One, there's already 300 and something fucking PlayStation 3 games, all right, that I think you can do on PlayStation Now already, all right?
Well, yeah.
So there's 370 PS3 games you can do through streaming, all right?
Well, this is why I was so surprised at the beginning of this. Like all this did was lump the two of them together. Like nothing has changed.
Yeah, nothing's changed.
It's not like the base concept of either PS Plus or PS Now has undergone some sort of enhancement. No, it's just they have literally been smashed together.
So the wording of this is like super fucking weird, all right? Because I don't know if they're including what's already in PlayStation Now.
Yes.
No. I don't mean when adds up to 340 because there's already 370 PlayStation 3 games. No. This is what I'm referring to here. I don't know if they're actually saying
Allow me to clarify for you. You are not getting anything new once this rolls out.
No, but
what you are getting are the 370 games that exist.
No,
this
you're
is
not.
Poorly worded.
No,
this is just poorly worded. That is the big issue. You are not getting anything new. It's why people who did PS Now on PC are getting such a raw deal.
The math here is the problem, Dalit. It says 340 additional games. There's already 370 PlayStation 3 games on Now. So I don't know if their wording is 340 on top of the 370 that we already have with PlayStation Now, or they're ripping fucking like more than 30 games out of the fucking
this
PlayStation
is what I'm trying
Now
to tell
catalog.
You. They're not ripping anything out. Everyone in the world, for whatever reason, doesn't have access to all 370-something games. Some of those games are not in certain markets. I believe they went with 340 because that's the amount of games they can guarantee to just about everyone.
Well, then it has to be. They have to be cutting out a lot more then, because if it's just 340 or whatever, they're cutting out a lot more PS3 games, and then adding in how many fucking PlayStation 2, and PSP games?
They're not. These are two separate ideas.
The catalog.
The
340 is including PS3, PS1, PS2, and PS3. That's what the 340
is. Are you leading me to believe that they are gimping the service because they're adding it to another one?
No,
they're just choosing to rip it out.
That's why I'm saying their wording is really weird, because I think they're keeping the 370 of PS3 games that we already have or whatever, and adding 340 games on top of it.
Maybe. That's oh god, I didn't read it like that at all.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's poorly worded.
I didn't think it was that poorly worded, mate, if I'm honest.
Because like I said,
I didn't have any issue reading this until you added all this new information. I thought it was pretty clear in that what you're getting for this bonus is essentially PS Now. You're getting whatever is on the PS3 offering, and whatever they have, they want to give us for PS2 and PSP. I wouldn't even get caught up with the numbers because I don't think the numbers are actually important.
Is there an article quote you could just read?
No, there isn't an article quote.
There isn't one. That's the issue.
That's the problem. The reason why I'm saying this is because there isn't PS1, PS2, and PSP games in the PlayStation Now system. So they have.
Is there
so,
a PS Store separate
Well, yeah,
for PS3?
There is, there's a separate store for it. It's why I don't think that those are going to be from the PS Now store. They are going to be on offer for download, and we know that this is true for at least some markets because some markets legitimately cannot do cloud streaming, so they will be given the PS2 and PSP as not physical downloads, but as digital downloads.
well, yeah,
It's only PS3 that has to be streamed. It's only
I
PS3 that has
know,
to be
I
streamed
know,
because of the crap architecture that went into the console.
but
So I
okay, so
think, like, reading with that in
I
mind,
know,
it
but I'm
becomes
reading
very
from this. I'm
apparent.
reading from the site
I
specifically at the
I
moment.
get it.
Because the 340 additional games includes PS3, PS1, PS2, and PSP. It's not just 340 from PS3 games. It's including all 4 of those generations of games. All right. That's why I'm saying that I think this is 340 additional on top of what we already have for PlayStation. I don't think they're counting the PlayStation Now shit that we already have. All right. I think they're saying additional on top of the PlayStation Now of what we have in PlayStation Now. They're going to be adding a combination of 340 games from PS3, from PS2, from PS1, and from PSP.
I don't know. You're the only person I've heard read it this way.
That's because it's
Every
poorly it's poorly
like that.
written.
Like I mean, I listened to Alana cover this. I listened to Max and Ralph cover this. No one else had this issue. We all kind of just came to the conclusion that okay, cool, because of the price that is literally the amount of money that you would have paid if you did
Mm-hmm.
both PS Now and PS Plus at the same time. You're just getting both of those together.
I
You're
know,
not
but
getting anything extra. You're not getting anything less. You're just getting those two pieces.
I know because but the way that they word it make it sounds like you're getting more because like I said there isn't PlayStation 2 and PSP.
That's fine, but I think the context is key here.
I mean that's what I'm saying. It's poorly worded. They should have explained more is what they should
I
have said.
definitely think this is something that they should have had a video out for and not just released a blog on. That much I will agree with you.
Yeah,
I think
because
a lot would have gone in if they had just made a curated video that accurately explained what they plan going forward. I imagine they didn't do that because that video is going to get absolutely blown up. Because even if this is what it is, and you're not losing anything, you're also not gaining anything. And it certainly is disappointing compared to what people wanted this service to be.
mm-hmm. But like the thing that they're really adding is that because like I said, PlayStation 2, and PSP games, like you already can't buy most of them for your PS4 or PS5. All right, so those are being added. You cannot buy those already at the moment. All right, and you'll be able to just have access to them and download them. All right. All right, and there's already 370 games that are available via cloud streaming for PS3. So I don't know if like the words adding up to 300 adds additional 340 games or whatever, which means that they're I don't think they're counting what they have for PS Now automatically.
Fantastic.
Right?
Then it's an even better deal.
Yeah, I mean it is a better deal, except the PS3 cloud gaming thing that doesn't exist. Like those games don't exist. All right, it already sucks shit trying to play PlayStation Now. Like cloud streaming sucks.
I mean, I'm inclined to agree with you. It's the reason why I don't have a PS Now account. I think it's a massive drain on my bloody data rates, and
Mm-hmm.
it's just not of high enough quality. But I do also recognize that there are people who do use this, and there is a subset of players that are actively losing something in this. Where most players are either unaffected or get a bonus, strictly speaking, PC, PS Now players are suddenly having to pay a lot more for the same thing.
No, they're not actually. Not a lot more. Because
The fact they have to pay any more is ridiculous, Aqua.
Well, you always
they are being stripped of the opportunity.
You already had to pay more for PS Now anyway. PS Now wasn't a thing that you just automatically had. You had to pay more.
I'm aware.
Yeah, so like, I mean,
what I'm saying now is people who played it exclusively on PC have no option to just get PS Now. They have to get PS
Played what
Now
exclusively on
bundled with
PC?
PS.
PC. Where does PC come into this?
You can stream to your PC.
What?
So you know the rollout with the combined PS and the PS Now and so on. Has people compared it to Xbox Live and stuff, and how did
Oh
people
god, yes.
react to it?
Oh, Game Pass. Game Pass is 12 times better.
Yeah.
Yeah, this
Is it been like actual like people reviewing it online, that kind of thing?
there's
Yeah.
nothing yet
Well, not
to
reviewing,
really review. I think this rolls out sometime in June.
Yeah.
So for now, what we have are your typical reviewers giving their nuanced take, and your typical internet back and forth between between Sony and Microsoft fan bases. I think it's fair to say that this is not what Sony fans were hoping it to be, and I think it's also fair to say that this is not actually competition for Game Pass. This is just a consolidation of their product.
the only comparison for Game Pass you would have is the extra, is the PlayStation Extra, because that's pretty much Game Pass. You're getting access to up to 400 titles.
Yeah.
For the same price as Game Pass.
Yeah.
Or for the same price as Game Pass Ultimate, actually. So, Dalit, I also did not know that you could stream PS Now to your PC.
Yeah, I like this has been my whole point. I've been really confused by this. There is a desktop app
You can
where
still
you can
do it,
stream
though.
straight. Yes, unfortunately, because PS Now is going to stop existing as its own thing and is only now lumped in
Yeah, so people will
with
still
PS
have to.
Plus, they suddenly have to pay even more.
Yeah, they have to pay $18 now instead
Now,
of, I think it
granted,
was like $5.
they are like literally they have to be a fairly small group that only plays this online. So it is impacting a small group, but the fact that it's impacting that small group as much as it is kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Like, this is probably something that should be a la carte and doesn't actually need to be consolidated.
Well, the worst part of this PlayStation Plus Premium is actually the last bullet. Time limited game trials will also be offered in this tier, so customers can try select games before they buy. This gives developers a chance to just only throw their demos in PlayStation Plus Premium.
That is kind of how that reads.
So you would now have to pay $18 just to play a fucking demo.
Yeah, I assume that can't be right. Like, we're charging for demos now, really?
I feel like so here's what I actually think it is. I don't think it's charging for a demo. I think what it does is that I guess developers will have an option to allow no, here's actually what I think. I think it will give you the chance to play like the first couple of hours of a video game.
This is how I actually read it. Was essentially the Resident Evil 2 and 3 idea, but for a wider variety of games. You have an access to play through a time restricted amount of a game before considering whether or not you wanted to buy it.
I think this gives scummier publishers to stop doing demos entirely and just only like force it into that. Maybe it depends. I feel like Sony.
I don't think that works
Sony
because
will be
it's
the only one to do that.
Yeah, because that would have to be a Sony thing. Other because if you
Yeah.
make a demo for anything other than Sony, it just means that everyone's going to play the demo elsewhere, and you're still not going to make any money off that.
Yeah.
Sony are the only people who could possibly do that with their first party titles.
Yeah. This will only be, like I said, I don't think this is demos entirely. I think like it'll just give you access to like 2 hours of a video game, and then if you like it in those 2 hours, then you can hit the buy button. And I think this will only be for, I think this will only mainly be for Sony first party titles. Because I think other publishers will just have their developers make an actual demo that people can download. So
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure how to read that. Like that, nothing about that, with the exception of what you've just raised, makes sense to me. And
yeah.
if they are going off of that, that's so few games that are actually going to be a part of that service. All the same, like I said, coming in June, so we'll see.
Mm-hmm. And the price for that is 18 monthly, 50 quarterly, and 120 yearly. So we will see how bad that is. I probably am only going to upgrade to extra, just because that's pretty much the Game Pass equivalent of it. Until they actually put PS3 games that I can download and use.
Yeah, until they put PS3 games on, I'm not actually going to interact with this. I'm
Yeah.
just going to have PS Plus as I always have.
But I'm wanting the 400 of the most enjoyable PS4 and PS5 games or whatever.
I mean, yeah, it's entirely
That's
reasonable.
Game Pass. I mean, it's just Game Pass for PlayStation,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I don't have every PS4 game or whatever, so I can just, hey, look, I want this PS4 game that I've never played before, and just download it and all that stuff. And it's just a couple. I mean, it's like I already paid. I think I pay for the yearly anyway, so I guess I'll be paying just an extra 30, $40, I guess, every year. So it's whatever. That being said, my next sub bullet for that was like, there was apparently an interview at Jeff Grubb, where he said that after talking with Sony or whatever, there looks to be that they might be actually doing, they might be looking into doing PS3 emulation for the PS5. So it might swap it around to where it's not just cloud gaming for PS3 games. And there might be like an emulated version like they did with some PS3 games on the PS4.
I know that exactly. I know it's possible because they tried it to some limited success,
Mm-hmm.
and we also know it's possible because a PS3 emulator exists.
Yeah.
Though that emulator also shows us that
It's rough.
the PS3's architecture is not designed for this.
Yeah,
Because unlike every other emulator in the world, like legitimately, that thing still has titles that not only can it not play, but it looks like it just no one's ever going to figure out the magic to make it work. So I would absolutely love to have PS3 emulation, especially if it's going to be official, so I can go back to supporting, the company that puts it out. That's fine. I just like the PS3 is an era of gaming that I kind of really enjoyed, and there's a lot of games I have that I'd like to have more ready access to. Not that I can't just set up my PS3, but like it'd be nice to like have it on other consoles. Like it'd be nice if I could just have it on my PS5 and
It'd be
not
nice.
have to set up my PS3.
Yeah, it'd be nice to have this gigantic tower of power running a PS3 emulation so I can run my PS3 games at a decent frame rate. Instead of having to deal with the stuff that's on PC.
I am iffy on whether or not we'll actually see that, though. I think realistically, when it comes to the PlayStation 3 era of games, we are like wholeheartedly restricted to just hoping and praying that they get remade wholesale.
Yeah. Or remastered wholesale. I don't think most PS3 games don't need to be remade. I think they just need to be remastered. And by remastered, I mean probably remade because
Thank you. Yeah, I was about to say. This kind of requires them to be mostly remade so they can run on anything else.
I remember having an argument with people on Twitter, because I do that at times, where they were like, the Hogwarts Legacy can run on the Switch. Why can't Kingdom Hearts? And I'm like, because some of the Kingdom Hearts games had to be remade for the PS3, and the PS3 architecture sucks dick.
Yeah, no, like I enjoyed my time during the PS3 era, but like understanding what went into that machine, it's a mess and it's a needless one. but it's one that like it happened, and now we have to like deal with the fallout that
Maybe
is.
the devs didn't enjoy it as much as they could have, you know.
Well, they did not. They did not.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm wording it very nicely.
Yeah, so now we're living with those past mistakes now.
No. The developers have touted how bad
I
it
know.
was.
I'm being sarcastic.
Now, no, like somebody was like, Hogwarts Legacy can run. I'm like, Hogwarts Legacy is not a PS3 game being put on the Switch. It's a PS4 game, whatever. A game that is made with a very sane architecture and not an insane cell one. But yeah, well, I guess we'll know by June, hopefully. And hopefully they do this actual PS3 emulation, because those PS3 games are like, they don't exist in PS Now right now, and they're not going to exist in PS Plus, because I'm literally going to choose to hook up my PS3 before I try to cloud stream any PS3 game on my PS5. So
Enjoying the video? Remember to like and sub. Helps out the channel a bunch, and we're grateful for everyone we get.
Next bit of news. It's very nice for Nintendo to give Elden Ring the W this year.
Yeah, well,
I bet you From Software is like, whoo, yeah, we get the win this year, boys.
I mean, yeah, there's a lot of games that are still going to be in the talking for it, but yeah, this is one less that Elden Ring has to fight through.
Oh, let me tell you what, Elden Ring, like God of War Ragnarok literally has to be one of the best fucking games ever made for it to be. I don't think Elden Ring's gonna.
All I'm saying is that I played the first one, and the first one was really good.
First one was really good, but it also didn't release next to a From Software title, because of literally right after that Sekiro one. So
that is true. But yeah, so I guess
in context,
for
Breath of the Wild got delayed. Breath of the Wild 2 got delayed. So
as far as I'm concerned, this is unsurprising. This is something that I was unaware was slated to come out in 2022. I thought this was already a 2023 title. So
no. The last time they showed it, they were like, "Yeah, 2022, guys." And then it was so nice of it was so, like, Dalit doesn't agree with me, but it was so very nice of Nintendo to go ahead and confirm there's a next Switch coming out, because the only time they delay Zelda titles is when they want to line it up with a new release of a console.
He is entirely correct. I don't think that'll be the case this time, but I really have no reason to believe what I do, and
it's
Aqua
also
has every reason to believe what he does, because that is actually how history goes.
It's also been 6 years, and Nintendo is very known to only leave their consoles up for 6 years.
2023 will be 6 years. That is true.
Yeah. So I think the only console that didn't have a 6-year cycle or whatever may have been the Wii U. But I could be wrong about that one. But the Wii U also sold like shit, so.
Yeah, they did that to themselves, though. Again, conversation for a different time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, for whatever reason, I don't think this is the case, because this game has already been delayed once. It's being delayed. Well, it hasn't really been officially delayed once.
No, it hasn't, because they never gave it a release.
Exactly, they never gave the first date. Yeah. But like you say, this is typical Nintendo.
Mm-hmm. They did it for Twilight Princess before the Wii came out. They did it for Breath of the Wild.
And let me tell you, Twilight Princess is worse for being on the Wii.
Yeah, I know. Most people played it on GameCube.
Yes.
Yeah. And then they delayed Breath of the Wild 1 for the Switch. And by the way, I think Breath of the Wild got delayed before they even announced the Switch too. So I think they literally announced the Switch like 6 months before it released. So yeah, I mean, like, history literally points to probably there's going to be another Nintendo console coming out. You know, we'll know. We'll know. Actually, we won't know because I mean, like I said, they normally announce it like six months out. So it's been delayed to 2023. It's been delayed to spring 2023. So maybe we'll know by like October on if there's going to be a new Nintendo console. Activision Blizzard settled their lawsuit, that one of their sexual harassment lawsuits, for $18 million. I feel like somebody should have pushed for a lot more for that than that, because the Activision Blizzard is a very, very, very wealthy company. They could have paid a lot more.
I don't know anything about this particular settlement. This is just news that is good to be reported on, to see that people are getting their getting what they are due. It is unfortunate that we don't get to know more of the details, but hey, at least this wasn't just being swept under the rug.
Yeah, this is true. And I mean, it's not like they could have won it in court anyway, because honestly, Blizzard's just taken so many L's the past 2 years. I think they're just, whatever. We'll just settle on. They just need to settle on everything. Honestly, it's not going to be their money anymore. It's going to be Microsoft's money. So, next up. So there was a Tekken 7 mod that came out this past week, and it was nothing but Elden Ring characters. And this is a bit hilarious because Harada was like, "This looks really nice, but please, guys, please stop."
Yeah, it's the position of kind of like really liking something but not being allowed to compliment it. Katsuhiro Harada was retweeted many a time saying, sure, Elden Ring is a Bandai Namco funded title, and I was the production general manager in charge of Elden, so it's not irrelevant. It's ridiculously well made, but please stop.
Yeah,
Because he has to say it. He has to say this.
Well, so he went on to say in one of his tweets, either before or after it, that he doesn't actually mind people doing these mods or whatever. It's just that a lot of the people, when they see like high quality mods like this, they immediately think it's official, and they go to Bandai Namco themselves to ask for like technical support for it. And these are like people that have no idea about the mods in general.
Yeah,
they're just
this is exactly why his job is to say, please stop.
Yeah.
Like modding is a thing that's gonna happen in every single game. We've seen it literally since 3D. People found a way to mod in pixels before that. So yeah, no, and the mods are actually genuinely surprisingly good. There's some funny ones. I mean, we saw Ronnie, we saw Radon, Melania. It was real high quality stuff.
Yeah. But yeah, he's like if it was up to me, I'd let you guys do whatever the hell you want. These look cool or whatever. It's just people then who have no idea about these mods not being official, like will email support and for like, hey, I put in this.
How can I access these?
Yeah, or not even how can I access these, or like they may have screwed up their game file or something by doing these mods, and they contact Bandai Namco for support, and Bandai Namco's like, well, you're messing around in your game files. We can't help you on that. Whatever. It's not on them, and that's the whole reason why Harada's like, please stop. But he's also like, quote unquote, saying please stop, because he knows it's not. He knows nobody's going to listen to him. He just has to say it. So that was pretty funny. I read that and I saw it hilarious. He was just like, guys, this look really cool, but could you please stop? I'm getting hounded over here, and I can't tell them anything. But yeah, Harada's pretty funny sometimes. Next is a bit of bad news for artists. PayPal's increasing their fees from 2.9% to 3.4%.
Yeah.
So,
and unfortunately, not everybody has any other choice depending on what country they reside in. So
yeah,
there have been like alternatives being floating around, being suggested and stuff. But if you are those who like to commission artists, and I speak this from the heart now, don't be surprised that people will be having to raise their commission prices and stuff. Yeah. Unfortunately, they might have to. They can't if they don't have another option.
Yeah, it's quite unfortunate. PayPal, do you really need to increase it? Like, come on, man. How many people use your fucking shit? You don't need what is it? Fucking 0.5% extra money. Come on, guys. You're not losing out anything. Oh, we got a trailer for a game. Well, it didn't show off any gameplay, but the makers of Hyper Light Drifter, they showed off their sequel. This is Hyper Light Breaker. This turns what is kind of like a top-down action RPG with Hyper Light Drifter to a four-player co-op roguelite. That's what Hyper Light Breaker is supposed to be.
That is more than I knew. Fair enough.
Yeah, a lot of people aren't exactly happy with that. Mainly because of the oversaturation of how many roguelites we already have in this fucking gaming industry. But it's also going from a game that was very good as a solo video game, as like a single player storyline video game, to a multiplayer roguelite, which I mean, we don't need, I mean, I understand playing games with friends is like, the way to go for some video games, but I saw a lot of people not really happy with this change.
Yeah, this is news to me. This is going to be multiplayer only or anything. What I
don't know if it's multiplayer only, but
well, then I don't see the issue. Hyper Light Drifter came out, did very well. Yeah, it's a new game. It's not the same game. Hyper Light Drifter came out and did very well. That I mean that is fair. So it makes sense that there would be a base that would be looking forward to a more direct sequel. What I can say is that I was just out and about on the internet when I saw Studio Grackle come up. For those of you who don't know, I think the best comparison I can make for this show is they did the Hades animated opening.
Yeah.
Like,
that's
good. What they do. And even this, their use of 2D against 3D was not jarring, which is always a plus. So I mean, I was looking forward to this even just being a show until, they said early access and you're like, oh, okay, so it's going to be a game.
Yeah. I think the video also didn't follow the main character. I think it followed another character in the story. Well, this is from what I heard, though. I didn't actually look too much at it because I never played Hyper Light Drifter. And I'm probably not going to play Hyper Light Breaker because I have two roguelite games that I have, all right, that I will probably maybe play more at any point in time. It's like, I have Hades. I've never beaten it, but that was fun. I also have Returnal, and I need a friend to play that with now because that's co-op. So
yeah, that is co-op now.
Yeah, and that'll be that. I feel like that game is like perfect for co-op because I think it's one player. It's like 2-player co-op, so you only get to have one other person with you. But I feel like what I've played of that game feels like it would be a lot better with one other person with you. Because that game also has some like jank gameplay. That gets like pretty difficult when it's just by yourself. Next up, next Games Expo. which is Nisa's like little event that they do like a couple times a year. They didn't show off anything like too important, other than the PS5 version of Ys 8, Lacrimosa of Dana. That is a very good Ys game, and if you have a PS5 and you haven't played that game, I very much suggest playing that version, because the PC version is good now because Durante did like his magic work that he does with all of Nisa's games, because Nisa sucks at fucking porting shit to PC. But this is going to be on the PS5, which is really good hardware, and I think it carries most of Durante's work is going to be on it as well. So I don't know if that includes the multiplayer that he kind of like fucking jackhammered into the PC version that you can do. But if it does, that'll make that game even better. Cause you know what? Dala, do you have Ys 8 on your PC?
I do not. The only Ys game I have played is 9.
Oh, actually, but you have that on. You have it on. What do you have that on?
PC.
Fuck. Because I only have it on. I need to get a Falcom sale. Falcom sale needs to come up because I need to either get Ys 9 on PC, or I need to get Ys 8 on PC, so we can try out the multiplayer on it. Because I want to see how well that actually works, because I hear a lot of people fucking love it. So
one way to find out.
There's one way to find out. Falcom, I need a sale. I need a PC sale right now. Do it. Anyway. Next in shitty Sony news, they laid off 90 employees despite growing. You know, just doing the shitty corporate thing of destroying people's jobs, even though they're making more money.
Do you know what departments they're from, or is it just?
Yeah, they were in the physical retail section, right?
I think so. It was part of their global transformation that they're doing. I guess there was a department that they felt like they just didn't need anymore.
Kind of sucks. Yeah, I see.
I feel like do you have a link for that Bloodborne cart, by the way, Dalit? I feel like they need companies need to like try to figure out a way to move their employees to another section, another part of their business, instead of just immediately going to the axing them.
Because, it's important to realize that when a company gives you 2 weeks, that is not the same as an employee handing in a 2-week notice. I understand the thought process behind why you might think it is, but the fact of the matter is, if an employee is giving in their 2-week notice, it's because they've already scoped out new work. If an employer gives you a 2-week notice, you now have 2 weeks to go find a new job, which you.
Oh yeah, I've actually been through that. Yeah. in a company I won't mention, but yeah, no, it doesn't feel good being let go, because layoffs, just because they're trying to move around their assets or justify making more money or something. I don't know, but it's difficult to go through. Yeah, but it happens. Even in massive companies that could afford you, but
Yeah, I mean it sucks. But I hope these people that are part of Sony, they can get jobs in another company that's like, I guess, same caliber or whatever. Because I mean, that's got to be a pretty good resume if you've been with Sony long enough. Yeah.
I do hope they have full-time employment contracts, because because sometimes if you're just a contractor or a freelancer, you don't even get revenance pay.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Next up, and I, it's weird because the updates from this person for the Bloodborne Demake cart game, is weird because I need to figure I need to figure out where this person's located also because because they announced the Bloodborne Demake cart was going to like turn into an arena style thing on the 31st of March my time, but I don't know if that was the first for them. All right.
Regardless, this person is known for having fun and just going off and doing what they want to do because it's their project. And oh my god, they're the only one working on this. That's insane. Bloodborne cart still exists, still going on. Has added visceral attacks, I guess. So mayhaps there will be a Twisted Metal bit of gameplay in this. It looks nuts. It looks nuts. I'm so happy with this.
Who knows where it's gonna go, but I'm kind of excited for when they finish it, because maybe maybe what they do here is they make they give you weapons, all right, in like the Mario Kart style, like where you run into a cube and you get like the fucking shell or something like that, but you get like a Bloodborne weapon, and then you can use that to visceral other members of the cart and other players.
That would be fine with me.
That'll be funny as hell. I don't know. I can't wait to see this because I didn't play the Demake or whatever because I would need to play all of normal Bloodborne first to really, I guess, appreciate the Demake. But I will try out this cart mini game that they're adding to it. So
well, at Botster, I'm keeping my eye out. This looks amazing.
Yeah.
Please keep doing this. It's great.
In to go along with the Sony stuff or whatever, Capcom doing the good guy side of corporations. They're raising their employees' base salaries by 30% in Japan.
Yeah.
Do you know how I know I've become a cynical old man?
How?
I'm trying to figure out how that isn't helpful. I'm trying to figure out what the catch is.
Actually, it's a pretty big deal because the government has been trying to encourage big companies to raise wages because unfortunately it's been pretty stagnant over the years, and especially since they've actually raised the consumption tax in Japan. So we got stagnant wages and then rising taxes. So this is really great. I'm glad they're doing this.
Oh, so Japan's becoming California. I see.
It's also
like as someone who lives here, that's genuinely, like, I say this not as a joke. Like that's what it sounds like. That's not good. That's absolutely horrendous. So yeah, Capcom, legitimately good guy Capcomming this one. 30% is also fucking huge.
Yeah, it's good.
This also kind of like I guess raises morale in the company a good bit as well because nobody's dumb. Japan has really shitty office ethics or whatever. Like the work ethics or like the work work culture in Japan, office culture in Japan.
Work-life balance, yeah.
Yeah, it's very bad.
Woof,
very bad. And so I guess this will also like raise morale because like I at my job would despite being thrown at like 12 billion different things that I have to do there or whatever, I get paid like very shittily, all right?
Yeah.
And they just keep adding more stuff to do and not raising people's like fucking wages or whatever.
Yeah. So, no, it's a big help. Like not specifically about games, but in Japan, it's basically food's going to become more expensive. Yeah. We're having like energy issues as well. So in parts of Tokyo, they're going to do like planned blackouts sometimes just to save on energy. It's
Oh God, you really are becoming California. Oh no,
it's all those NFT farms, man. all those crypto farms, because I hear NFTs is actually pretty popular in Japan. So
Well, there's also a big fuel
oh
problem
yeah, true.
at the moment. You know.
Yeah, there is a big fuel problem.
Yeah.
Gas prices are going down a little bit where I live at, but not much.
I mean, to be fair, for as far as America's concerned, there was no gas issue. That was just
It's more like crude oil and stuff like that.
well, no. Not the place to get into this. Yeah.
Yeah.
There is an enemy. The enemy? There is an enemy issue. No, there's an energy issue, and it makes sense that like all these hitting at the same time have proven to be very difficult. But hey, Capcom, good looking out for the people who you need to have there.
Round of applause for Capcom! Yay! Okay.
Thank you for doing the bare minimum.
Yep. Thank you for looking out for your employees.
And for once, I'm not sarcastic when I say that.
Yeah. A funny side bit of news: Jamie Lee Curtis announced that she will be officiating her daughter's wedding as cosplaying as Jaina Proudmoore from World of Warcraft.
That's fantastic. I love
that's
this.
Hilarious.
Between this Jaina Proudmoore news and her consistently talking about One Piece, I'm not a big One Piece person, but just it's nice to see an older nerd. It really is.
Yeah.
Like fucking anime, yeah. Yeah, that's pretty funny. So I guess she's like a huge World of Warcraft fan, I assume.
Her daughter is, I believe.
Daughter is.
Okay.
Yeah, I believe.
And like, I'd imagine Jamie Lee Curtis will still like look into the character. Just imagine them saying lines during the officiation.
Look, all I'm saying, Laura Bailey, is watch out, because if Jaina gets any older, I mean, Jamie Lee Curtis might be the person they snatch up for it.
Yeah. Yep. Well, I don't know, man. Laura Bailey can do a good older lady voice, and I feel like Jaina isn't gonna get like it.
No, this is definitely a joke.
Like her, the older she'll get, just the more mature her voice will get. So like, I mean, and we all know Laura.
I don't know though, because if they ever decide to do World of Warcraft movies again, maybe.
Dude, makeup exists for a reason.
No,
Laura
Bailey to Jaina?
No, I would not. I wouldn't cast
Jamie Lee Curtis, surely.
I wouldn't even cast her either. Jaina's
really
because my first thought was if you get it old enough, I would cast Charlize Theron.
Yeah. Jaina's pretty built though. She's not like.
She's built now. Oh boy, did that not used to be the case.
Yeah, she like younger Jaina. Yeah, she was like kind of looked like an edgy teen or whatever. But she's built now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you would need to get a built woman for it, and
or a muscle suit. Yeah.
Or a muscle suit. It'd be weird to see.
You want to talk about a built woman? Fucking what they did with Tyrande was amazing. God bless.
Oh, yeah.
I don't agree with a lot of the things you did, but I agree with that.
In our last bit of news, Final Fantasy 14 had their 6.1 live letter.
I was so sure I was being pranked. I was so. Why would you release this April 1st anywhere in the world?
They did have some April Fool stuff, but it wasn't on the show. Like,
please tell me it was a Hrothgar ears, please, or lack of. Please tell me that was April Fool's bit. It was.
If you want the hairstyles, you're not getting the ears.
The hairstyles were real.
Apparently, they were just wholly unprepared for all of the downsides that Hrothgar were going to bring. I don't know what it is about that race that's so much more difficult than Mikote and Viera.
All I know is that I could have sworn one of those pictures that Hrothgar was about to bust through the door singing, "Fucking I write sins, not tragedies," man. And I was expecting to hear fucking what's his face's voice just pop out of nowhere. No, they did do some April Fool stuff, but it wasn't on the live letter. They released a Magni fantasy like old school like Final Fantasy like video where
Did
it was
they?
yeah, it was just him going through like his pretty much his daily life in the fucking Asm Step, getting like bitch owned by everybody.
Well, I
Oh
was gonna say, seems like
no!
that'd be a pretty solid. No, of course they go that route. That makes sense.
I have to find this
That makes
after.
sense.
That was pretty funny. I don't know. I don't know what else they did because I think Square Enix came out with a few other April Fool's jokes.
Unfortunately, April 1st, I'm just not paying attention to what anyone is saying, so I have
Yeah.
no idea.
Yep. But this was a part 2 of the live letter, so that means we got a trailer in the beginning of it. The trailer is pretty good. It actually hypes
It's
me
pretty
up
good.
to
Yeah.
actually. I had to put 14 back on my computer since I wiped it or whatever. So
I was about to say, what do you mean put it back on, you filthy traitor?
no, when I wiped my computer, I like this is the first time I like literally wiped everything off of my hard drive or off of my SSD. So trailer was really good. I'm really excited for Myths of the Realm. I'm really excited for that first 24 man. It looks so good. You're fighting Byragot in it. You're fighting Azima. You're fighting Rhalgr, and you're fighting
Nodthal at the end.
Nodthal, yeah. So it's
That,
gonna
like,
be
all of them look so great, but to end with Nodthal, I was like, ooh,
yeah.
okay, cool.
I kind of I feel like I was kind of hoping they would end with Azima. Because Azima's supposed to be like the kind of like the one that's closer to us.
We assume. We've also been told outright by people both in and out of the game that this could all just be bullshit.
Yeah, it's true.
So,
well, okay, so like that maybe Azima's not close to us anymore, just in the fact that Azem is a title and not like who you are or whatever. Just like Emmett Selk's a title and La Habrea is a title and all that stuff. So
yeah, it also might be that they don't actually have anything to do with any of that, and this is just,
yeah,
a really big, powerful adventurer that impacted people for many years and got cast into legend. Like the Warrior of Light.
these look like gods, so I mean,
This is true.
One of them
so
literally looked like Thor, or it kind of looked like a Thor.
It does. One of them look like
kinda,
Godfrey.
Yeah, Byrogot's kind of looks like a little bit of Thor. He even got his hammer. I'm excited. I'm actually very excited. They showed off the little teaser of Dragon Song Reprise right at the end with good old Thornton doing his super move. I'm excited for the Tataru stuff. They said in this first one, the Tataru stuff's not gonna require anything to be cleared outside of I guess the 6.6.0 story.
That makes sense.
But some of them later on will probably require you to have done like the Four Lords quest line and like some other quest line, because what her quest line is pretty much a victory lap of the entire game. So you're going to be going around to all of the different people that you didn't get full on closure with. They're also adding in the new quest line for if you've done all of the all the role quests. That's gonna include a bit of Fortunal and whatever they're doing in the fucking Tower of Babel.
Makes sense.
What else? They showed off the change to Total Rock. That looks like a completely new dungeon.
God bless.
They raised the roof of Total Rock. They literally raised the roof. Somebody made the joke that they raised it up so much that I think Shaquille O'Neal could fit in there.
Hey, got it.
But yeah, it looks brighter in there. It doesn't look like fucking dilapidated and like destroyed and like a bunch of shit everywhere. I don't think they didn't show off that there wasn't any of the slow stuff, but they already confirmed that they took away the slow stuff that's at the end. So I'm interested in seeing how that full dungeon looks, because they also took out the side paths to it too. So it's actually now just a straight path. And I'm interested to see what they did to other dungeons, because they said
Totorak's a wild one. Totorak used to have like all these branching paths, not even just in 2.0, but going all the way back to 1.0.
Yeah.
Like this has been so streamlined over the years. It's been very interesting to watch that map kind of become what it is now.
Mm-hmm. I'm interested in seeing what they do to, because Totorak's not the only dungeon that they're doing changes to. So I'm interested to see what other changes they have. When this comes out, I might also start a new character to run through the storyline real quickly. Just to only do those dungeons, because I want to do them with trusts. And they showed off the new trust system for A Realm Reborn as well. Also want to fight our good boy Rataten in our 1v1 now.
Yes.
We have a 1v1 against him now.
Face me. Maybe you won't be so sad.
Maybe he won't go down in 10 seconds.
Literally blink and you miss it.
And they announced that the patch will come out April 12th, and then Ultimate's 2 weeks later, so the Ultimate will be on the 26th. I'm excited to see the world first race on that and see how long it actually takes.
God, Thornton, that's going to cost so many like flashbacks to on content Thornton.
I'm so excited for this. Like I'm more excited for this than I was going to be for watching T, because I didn't really care too much about
the
Alexander.
only one that I've been passingly interested in is Bahamut, because Bahamut reasons. But like I didn't actually care for either of these two. This will be the first one that I'm like, yeah, no, I want to watch the struggle.
Yeah, because I mean, the beginning of the fight is literally at the top of the vault, whatever. So you're gonna be fighting the three bosses of the vault first.
Mm-hmm.
And they already stated that they may be adding that they probably added in like the very sadness that is Hausherfont in there. So I think they're going to be tugging at people's heartstrings. They're doing this fight. I'm interested in that. I'm wondering if it's going to. Oh, they also showed off. You'll be fighting against Hraesvelgr and Nidhogg as well. That's gonna be second phase. Yeah. Hraesvelgr looks like he's being controlled by I forget the Neuralinks. He's got a Neuralinks on him in the last thing they showed for it.
I'll be honest, I missed that.
Yeah, it wasn't in this live letter. It was in the previous live letter. When they showed off screens, they showed off that you'll be going up against Nidhogg and Hraesvelgr, and Hraesvelgr was wearing Neuralinks. I wonder if they're going to be throwing in any what is it? Any triple the triad stuff? The Warring Triad
triple
stuff?
Triad cars?
No, not triple triad. The Warring Triad. I was saying triple triad because obviously no, the Warring Triad, because that was what Thornton's plan was. Thornton's plan was to suck up all the powers of the Warring Triad in Az's Law. So I wonder if there's any plans to I guess have Thornton do that. That way he's like.
This
powerful.
Seems so busy as is, man.
Oh, I mean, they stated this one's really hard. So, I mean, they're all hard, but this one might be like T levels hard right off the bat. Who knows?
Well, that is the hope for all the raiders who want to get into this and actually have a challenge. So
yeah, true. But that's the news this week. It was it's quite actually pretty lengthy episode. Mainly because I talk too much. But that's what I'm here for. What are you guys doing this week?
I think we all know my answer.
Pokemon,
Working.
Yu-Gi-Oh, work.
Yeah. Probably playing more Disco Elysium. I'm excited about that.
You keep enjoying that. Like
yes.
That I'm super excited for you on that. I have a bunch of school. I have until the 21st. I am swamped with papers and speeches. So I will be. I mean, I have access to Scarlet Nexus amongst everything else in my Games Pass. So I plan on maybe putting an hour into that here or there. We'll see. I don't expect to have much time until the end of the month, though.
Yeah. I'm on a 8-day work stretch right now. Today was my first day on my 8-day work stretch. So some of my days I have to be at work at 1, which means I have to go to bed a little earlier so I can wake up a little earlier. But I've also and don't be weirded out when I say this. A lot of my nights this past week and a half, I've actually went to bed at like midnight and woken up at like a reasonable time.
Don't be surprised he says midnight. Yeah, I know it's not the 6 a.m. or 8 a.m. that you usually do, but I was expecting to be blown away by like a 9 p.m. sleep timer or something.
Oh, no. But, I mean, if I go to bed at midnight, I'm waking up at like 5:30, 6:30 in the morning. So, that's how my body works. I cannot sleep past like 6.5 hours.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah. I have to be like super tired for me to hit like 8 hours of sleep. My body just does not want to sleep longer than that. And I'm honestly okay with that because I don't want to sleep longer than 6.5 hours. But yeah, in between work, I will be playing Yakuza Like a Dragon and 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim. If I can get this fucking overlay to work, I will be playing Kurono Kiseki with the overlay translation by Zero Field. If I can't, I'm probably going to hold off on playing that even more because if I can't get it to work, that means I'm going to have to do the whole thing of looking back and forth from the spreadsheet to the video game. And I kind of don't want to do that. Outside of that, I mean, I might load up Elden Ring to finally, like, respec into Moonveil and just Moonveil the last, like, 3 bosses that I have in the story. Or probably Horizon Forbidden West, and yeah.
If you allow me to do a sudden newsflash.
Newsflash.
Persona 5 is one of the games that's going to get cut from PS Plus. What the fuck?
What?
Well, yeah, you heard me right. Persona 5's getting cut from the PS4 from the roster next month.
Oh, that makes
Release
sense.
it on PC, please. Steam.
Are they gonna bring in Royal?
I think that makes sense.
I don't know. If they do, I hope so.
That makes sense because, like, okay, so the new PS Plus program starts in June, all right? And if we're going to get access to 400 fucking PlayStation 4 games or whatever, they're probably just going to throw Royal on the PlayStation.
That was
I do hope so, because to completely get rid of it would be insane.
That would be really weird. That'd be really weird.
Honestly, you'll probably see that on a lot of the current games that are on PS Plus right now.
Yeah.
They're probably just going to be removed, and you're going to have to get the PS Plus Extra.
Grumble, but still release it on Steam. Hurry up.
Correct.
Do it.
Speaking of Persona 5, 5 years ago today it came out, or 5 years ago, yesterday technically, the 4th. So yeah.
That's some fun news for you.
Yeah, boy. Yeah, like I said, I'm definitely gonna try out 13 Sentinels. I've been hearing this game is peak fiction, and I like games that are peak fiction. So
I hope you enjoy it.
I might will. I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? It was a half off, so I mean, I didn't lose too much money out of it. So that's it for this week. If you made it this far, please hit that subscribe button. We will see you guys next week.
Bye now.
Bye.
Before you go, remember to like, comment, and sub to us. Not only does it help out the channel and let us know what you're into, but it also makes you 100% cooler than everybody else. I checked with Aqua, it's definitely